Welcome, it's Michael Murray from Benzinga at the Future of Digital Assets Conference here in New York City. Ryan Louvar from WisdomTree joining us here. Just came off of a panel a few minutes ago, so we appreciate you taking the time. Would love to get a quick introduction to you and what you do at WisdomTree, and then the brand at large as well.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. The last panel was great on the rise of Bitcoin and Bitcoin ETFs, potentially in the U.S. But at WisdomTree, been at WisdomTree just past 10 years. I was the general counsel of our U.S. ETF business until about 2 years ago. And then about 2 years ago, we formed a new division focused on both digital assets and blockchain, ultimately working on and recently launched a direct-to-consumer mobile financial app called WisdomTree Prime. We're looking to bring and are bringing both the digital assets to consumers as well as blockchain-enabled traditional mutual funds, as well as tokenized gold and other tokenized real-world assets. So we're very excited about that, very excited about both digital assets, but more particularly blockchain, and really trying to bring that technology to merge, savings, spending, investing all in one place.
Absolutely. So, of course, it's a big topic, and it has been all weekend, but the ETF side of things, which is, of course, very interesting to us at Benzinga, but the Bitcoin ETF future, if and when, hopefully when, these ETFs are approved, what does that mean for the future of the business, and from your perspective specifically?
Yeah, I think, look, we've been focused on, Bitcoin ETFs for well over 5 years now. We look at it as we're in the business of providing transparent exposures, and so this is another asset class that investors can have access to in a known format that's weathered the test of time. The ETF, and really for us, we work with a lot of financial advisors, and they're looking for ways to provide diversification for their clients through Bitcoin and potentially other digital assets. So having that ETF available that an advisor can use in very traditional ways, traditional work streams, I think will really help open up this asset class potentially.
Absolutely. And for ETFs, just to focus in specifically for a minute, for investors that may not be familiar with them as an investment vehicle, what do ETFs offer up as an opportunity? Who better to ask than the general counsel of the ETF business? But what do ETFs open up as far as opportunity for investing that singular stocks may not have?
Yeah, so when you're thinking about an ETF, typically they offer diversification. So an ETF typically holds a traditional portfolio of either stocks, bonds, sometimes options, futures. But really, ETFs can be either a very focused exposure. Maybe you want stocks or a sector, or it can provide really diversification in many ways. So there's ETFs out there that provide a whole diversified portfolio for stocks, bonds, other alternative assets, and more recently, Bitcoin futures as well. So, but they do that in a very transparent way. So ETFs typically disclose their holdings daily. So providing a transparency, so the investor says, hey, what does my product own? The investor can go to the sponsors or WisdomTree's website and see that, as well as they're tradable. Highly liquid, so tradable on the exchange, and I can buy and sell the ETF whenever I please, which is both advancements from the more traditional mutual fund.
Terrific. And when you look at the industry from a WisdomTree perspective, for next year, 2024, we'll keep it shorter term, what do you see as some of the catalysts, some of the risks, and some of the things in the market that investors should keep top of mind as they're building out their portfolios and making decisions?
Yeah, I think more recently it's really around, understanding the nuances of the marketplace. Sort of, we've been focused on, helping investors and their advisors sort of navigate this changing landscape. It was for a long time where, you were invested in fixed income and they were very low income. Now we're seeing our treasury product provide, 5%, dividend yield or income yield. So, helping advisors and investors sort of navigate how they think about building a portfolio, which they can do through, this diversified basket of ETFs. So I think for 2024, it's really going to be continued focus on, helping provide those building blocks. I mean, one thing that we've really grown is our models business. So what I mean by that is models of ETFs. So, helping advisors and investors sort of understand what types of building blocks they can obtain through ETFs in a model format, and then helping them implement that as well. So I think we're going to see both those trends, both for WisdomTree as well as more broadly, continue to grow in 2024.
Absolutely. And for investors and consumers that want to learn more about all the arms of WisdomTree, different ways they can use WisdomTree to make investments, where should they learn more?
Yeah, so we have a website, WisdomTree.com, which provides information on WisdomTree, both of the public company, so WisdomTree more broadly is public company. You can invest in the stock if you want to get exposure to sort of an asset manager and a broad-based one that has operations in the U.S. and Europe. And then within that, we also then provide access to both our U.S.-based ETFs and then investors that are located abroad, particularly in Europe. We have a major, significant 25+ billion ETF business in Europe. And then lastly, what we're really excited about as well is not only that ETF franchise, but then this new direct-to-consumer mobile financial app called WisdomTree Prime, leveraging that blockchain technology and providing investors with access to Bitcoin, Ether, gold, digital gold, and blockchain-enabled mutual funds in a way that harnesses that blockchain technology. I mean, when I think about gold, the gold token itself, I can buy it now and it'll settle in a matter of seconds, which is just so great to be able to harness that and the settlement and other benefits. So, that's really going to be our focus in 2024, and very excited about it.
Outstanding. Ryan, thank you again for your participation on the panel. Excellent insights, and thank you for taking the time here to share what's coming up next. We're looking forward to it.
Great. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure being here, and really fantastic conference. Thank you.
Ryan.